Please make Shelley welcome.
Well, good morning everyone. As Abby said, this presentation is about a quality project at Austin Health in Melbourne. It used principles of co-design to develop a patient education material, or PEM, for people with aphasia in the hospital setting. So from the Australian Aphasia Rehab Pathway, we have Best Practice Statement 2.4 that indicates people with aphasia and their families should be offered stroke and aphasia information that's tailored to meet their changing needs using relevant language and communication formats. And we know from previous studies that people with aphasia want information about stroke and aphasia, their prognosis, and what to expect at different stages of recovery. We also know that people with aphasia need information that's presented in an aphasia-friendly format, that's individually tailored and provided in a way that actively involves patients and families. So at Austin Health, we reviewed our aphasia education practices through a departmental survey, which showed that we as speech pathologists consistently provide aphasia education, and however the format varies. It was mostly verbal, less so written, and less often demonstrating strategies. Barriers identified included a lack of time and resources, and as our existing aphasia PEM was directed towards carers, there was an opportunity to develop a resource that would support our aphasia education with patients. We did some benchmarking that confirmed that other health services do have PEMs for people with aphasia. However, there was great variability in the content and format of all of the resources we reviewed. So to best meet the needs of our patients, we used co-design principles, which involves the consumer throughout the process of designing and developing a product or solution. So in this case, we partnered with consumers with aphasia to create a new PEM through 3 rounds of consultation. In stage 1, we obtained consumer input by interviewing 2 people with aphasia and a carer from the community. Using supportive conversation techniques, we asked open-ended questions such as, how did you learn about aphasia? What did you find most helpful? And what's the best way to give this information? 4 main themes were identified, consistent with the literature, as well as a desire for information to focus on what helps, rather than just what's wrong. So these themes informed the first draft of the PEM. In stage 2, we obtained feedback by supporting 7 consumers with aphasia to complete a simple survey. Observations or responses to the draft were also included and are represented in brackets. Most respondents were satisfied that the PEM was clear. Many also suggested ways that it could be done better, and 2 people identified things were missing. So shown here are examples of how the PEM evolved as we got feedback from consumers. While we tried to make changes in response to all the feedback we received, we also recognise that a PEM alone can't convey everything and should only ever be used to support the face-to-face interaction. In stage 3, the final stage, we reviewed the PEM with the original 2 consumers with aphasia. This feedback is best represented visually and included comments such as, there are too many words, the sentences are too long, be more like Hemingway. Simple, clear. The strategies for gesture and show are good, but they're the same thing, so get rid of one of them. And a carer would be there to help someone access websites anyway, so just leave those links on the carer's PEM. There's no need to have it here. So again, we took all of this feedback on board, and this is the end result. So despite a less is more approach, we still ended up with 4 pages. But the final layout was found to be most engaging and still easy to comprehend. The wording has been painstakingly altered and shortened several times over, and the communication strategy is refined to just the bare essentials for someone with new onset aphasia. There are also tick boxes beside each strategy to help individualise, and the last page simply conveys that there's more information available and ways to access it. So just quickly, our key learnings were obviously that consumers with aphasia can participate really valuably in co-design, but it does take time. It's certainly not just token feedback. And speech pathology doesn't necessarily mean you have skills in graphic design, so enlist some help. Thanks very much.